Hey everybody, Derick Van Ness here, investor, wealth strategist, and life adventurer. And I've got another episode today to talk about how to become excellent with your money. A little trick, a little hack. You can use this in any area of your life, but I want to help you to get the results that you want in your life, okay? And the truth is, if you're not getting the results that you want with your money in life or in any area, it's not because of the system, not because of some other thing that's going on out there. It's because you're not doing it right. It's on you. And the sooner you start taking responsibility for everything in your own life, the faster your life will transform. Now, I'm not here to give you a lecture on that. I think most of us know if stuff's not working in our lives, it's probably our fault. But I also think many of us are often deceiving ourselves and saying, I'm doing everything right, Derick. I'm checking all the boxes, I'm showing up, I'm doing the work, and there's no results. But here's the thing. There is a huge difference between doing something and doing it well or doing it right. And let me tell you how I learned about this. Well, let me just give you a quick example. If I was creating these videos and I was posting a video every day and they all sucked, you wouldn't show up to watch them, right? So I have to do a good job at least some of the time or you guys aren't going to show up, right? Nobody's perfect, but the idea here is there's a huge difference between doing something and doing it right. I think I've mentioned this before, but when I was in the real estate investing business full time, I got a ton of business through certain types of leads. I met friends, they found all of their real estate flip deals through postcards. And I couldn't get a single deal from postcards. I kept mailing them, I just never got any calls. I was doing it, but they were doing it right and they were getting the results, okay? So I want to talk to you a little bit about how to hack that. And by the end of this video, I think you're going to be able to up your game and get real with yourself, okay? So the first thing is you've got to be honest with yourself. If you're not getting the result, period, if you are not getting the result, you are not doing it right. Something is incorrect. I love there's a Francisco d'Anconia quote that's from Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged. If you haven't read it, one of the best books I've ever read. It's also super long. Not everybody loves it, but I promise you that if you read that book, you'll be transformed. So Francisco is this really smart, worldly, awesome guy. And basically he says, if you find that you're getting a contradiction, you need to check your premises, right? Because if you're doing it right, you're going to get a result. But if something seems out of whack, the premises, the assumption that you're basing your thoughts that I should be getting a result on are off, right? So I want to tell you right now, anytime you're not getting the result you want, whether that's going from 0 to 1 or from good to great or great to excellent, the reason that you're not continuing to move forward is you're assuming something improperly, right? So we just have to say that from the start, from the beginning. So here's the trick. If you can, I would advocate for two things. One is, I believe everybody in life should become truly excellent, as close to world class as you possibly can at least one thing at one point in your life. Now, if you're in your 60s or 70s, it might be totally different than if you're in your 20s. But here's the thing, when you become truly excellent at something, it raises your bar and your understanding of what it takes to really, truly master something, right? I'll tell you how I learned this. In college, I was on a ballroom dance team. I love social dancing, but we were lucky enough that we had a gal who was an amateur national champion and represented the United States at the ballroom dance championships in Blackpool, England, which is a really big thing, but she was our coach. She knew how to be excellent. She had been one of the best amateur dancers in the country for a duration of many years, and had really proven that she knew her stuff. So she came and trained our team, and we did all of our choreography and all the things that you would expect, right? We worked on drills, but I mean, she had this thing down to when dancers spin, they spot, right? Like you see them spin and their head goes click, 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 right? She had us down to where we were spotting quarter spots, not just a whole turn, but it was literally click, 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 so that we knew exactly what count or one half count or what quarter count our head was where. We had every single toe point at exactly like if there was a clock on the floor, not just sort of generally this direction, but like at 9:25, right? At 25 or at 37, I mean, on the clock, like so precise. And then I went and I worked for another team later in my life. And we did this other team, and it was kind of, oh, just kind of do it like this, and it's kind of like that, and yeah, make yourself kind of look like this. The results were totally different. Having been with somebody who was world class, I understood what it took to go from like okay to passable to pretty good to amazing. And that team I was on in college, we did some really amazing stuff, especially considering that most of us didn't have a ton of experience, right? That's how your life is. If you become truly amazing at something, you suddenly become better at everything else because you get what it takes to be excellent. So, number one challenge is, and this is not a shortcut, but it's something to take into consideration, is challenge yourself to become truly excellent at something. This is going to be different than just like running a marathon. This is like pick a skill, pick a talent, pick a knowledge base, and devote yourself super, super, super deep. Go in so far that if you're afraid you might not come back out the other side, right? If you do that, you will grasp what it takes to be a true master in your particular craft. And then you'll be able to take that and put it into everything else, right? Now, while you're on your way to being world class, here's the trick, here's the hack, right? I want you to take anything that you want to be excellent at. And here's the reality. It comes down to we all have to deal with our health, we all have to deal with relationships, and we all have to deal with money, right? Like nobody's getting out of any of those. I teach people and work with people on money, but the other two you can't get out of either. But let's use money. If you're going to become truly, truly excellent at money, I want you to start treating your business or your money or whatever as if you were an NFL football player being paid millions of dollars a year to come to work and master your craft. What do NFL players have and what makes them different? Well, they have coaches, they have specialists, they have people they work with, right, to help them get better. But they do the drills, and we see the commercials of the guys running the bleachers at midnight and doing all the extra work, and they're working out in the morning, and they're working on their playbooks, watching film and all that stuff, right? It's usually with the cool music in the background. But they do this for years. I mean, like basically from when they can walk to when they become a professional athlete. So I want you to look right now at how you're treating your money, your business, your finances, and this could apply to anything, but in this case, those areas. What if you were treating your business like an NFL player? What if you were so single-minded of focus in regards to your business that you would practice all the little nuances, get all the details right? Like I talked about with the quarter spots versus just kind of turning your head around. What if you were to do that with your business? If you do that, you're going to go from doing something to doing it well to doing it excellent. And it's going to take some time, but if you start to immediately think about how would an NFL football player approach this problem? How could I improve? You will dramatically increase your results. So that's what I want you to start comparing yourself to. Just try it this week. Every time you go to do something, to talk to someone, to do a sales presentation, to manage people, build a relationship with your accounting, with your bookkeeping, with whatever, ask yourself, if I was to hold this to the standards of a professional athlete, how would I stack up? And if you find yourself not stacking up, which most of us will, most of the time, ask yourself, how would they do it? If I was going to compete in the world at that level, what do I need to change? What do I need to get better at? Most improvement is not about like practicing football. It's about throwing the ball 10,000 times. It's about doing the push-ups. It's about running the laps. It's about doing the foot drills that allow somebody's feet to do all the magic that it's going to take to be able to play defense or to play offense or to get open or to outrun an opponent, right? What are those equivalents in your life, in your finances? The bookkeeping, the paying of the bills, the optimizing of credit cards, the financial strategies, the cash flow management, the management of people and the resources that way, your marketing, your website, every single thing in your business could be compared that way. And if you start ratcheting all of those up to that excellent mark, you're going to see your results go through the roof. And you're going to go from doing something to doing it excellent. So That's the point I want to drive home today, is you can go from doing something to doing it excellent. If you're not getting the results you want, it's because you're not doing it excellent. You're not doing it right. So, speaking of excellence, if you think this video is excellent, smash that like button. It really makes a big difference for the channel and helps more people to see us. Also, if you think this is a message that's valuable, I think anybody can learn from comparing yourself to what excellence can be. So please pass this on, share this with people. My name's Derick Van Ness. My goal is to help you live a bigger life, have more fun with life, and make a bigger contribution. So we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to hit that like button.